Welcome back to Global News Morning. Always a pleasure to have you join us, and always a pleasure to check in with our good friend Matt Lee. Good morning, Matt. How are you, sir?
Great. How are you?
Very well. We're talking home renos. Maybe if you're looking to sell, maybe spruce up the home, improve it a little bit. And the fact that there have never been more home renos ever in the history of homes ever really shows that this pandemic has a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands wanting to improve their homes.
Yeah, you know what? They're not traveling. They're spending money into the houses. We're seeing that. I mean, nobody thought that we would go through that much pressure treated wood last year. I mean, they said that we ran out of people were building decks and fences, and they were doing lots of stuff. Um, and I guess the sometimes you just have to have fun with your job. And I think that maybe the pictures we're going to see are just kind of talking about maybe sometimes certain people need to hire contractors to do it for them.
There are some jobs which some people can tackle on their own if they feel
Totally.
confident to do so. But
Yeah.
yeah, some jobs need a professional.
Landscaping is probably one of the easiest ones to start with, just the mulch and flowers, and to go from there. And then working into decks and fences, and making sure that you do get the proper permits, because I mean, if neighbors are watching, you want to make sure that everything's taken care of and that it's safe. Yeah, we're going to show some reasons why certain jobs you just don't do.
Okay, this first one, I don't know what's going on here. It's a door, obviously someone put in, but it looks like there's no steps to it. In fact, they've placed a chair
Yeah.
to get up there.
Yeah, the radiator is below. So like this is like a major job to move this rad. So like I don't understand, they can't put a set of stairs there because it would block the rad, which then becomes a bit of a fire hazard. And I just you just think, what was somebody thinking?
It can't be the code.
No, this is one of these ones that you just think, what was the person ever thinking?
Well, this next one, it sort of doesn't violate any codes. It's just an inconvenience where you have a series of drawers and a wall.
Yeah, yeah. You think, how would they ever think that they're going to ever get the drawers open in the kitchen if they decide that they're going to put a partition there? Um, that's just a storage cabinet now that you can never get open. So
And anyone visiting your kitchen is going to look at that and go, yeah, no. Here's one here. You have to explain this to me. It's a baseboard, a circular baseboard.
somebody has decided that they're going to try to transition around a wall that is rounded. And there are certain people that are really good at doing trim, and this person should find a different job to do, because I think that this is not what you would do.
Now, this next one, it looks dangerous, and they're messing around with electricity. I see one switch cover, and it's on top of another one. How is this even
Yeah,
possible?
yeah. So what it looks like is that somebody has put the two boxes too far apart. They were, instead of going and buying a double box, they actually put two side by side boxes. So when they went to
Oh,
do the double plate cover, it doesn't fit because the two holes for the switches are too far apart. So they decided that they were going to screw one on top of the other one, just so that you couldn't stick your finger in the light socket or in the switch socket.
I give them points for trying and for
Yeah.
improvising. Okay, someone looks like they decided to put a wall up, but there was an existing light. And so they
Yeah.
improvised again. See, a lot of these are bad
Yeah.
improvisations.
You're gonna get light in both rooms if you turn on one switch. That's basically what I see. They decided that they didn't want to pay for the electrician to come in, and when you move a light, you have to take a permit. So this is the way around the permit, I guess. Just put a wall up and just give yourself a little cavity so you can have the light run straight through.
And this one is just, where do you begin? Obviously, they say measure twice, cut once. This guy didn't look like he measured at all.
The door in the toilet. So they decided that they were going to put it in a little closet of some sort, and they thought, you know what, we have to make sure that we can close the door. There's still going to be a hole in the door, so I don't know that it really makes a big difference with the door being there. I guess they just didn't want to do a pocket door. I guess they just didn't think of that.
I'm thinking if you were to look, if you're in the market looking for a home and you're doing an open house, and I'm walking into a house and I see this, I'm turning right around because who knows what's going on behind the walls.
Yeah. that is usually the indication. If you start to see home jobs, you don't know where they start and where they end. So I think that's the main goal on that.
Aesthetically, this next one with the eaves trough is one thing, but in terms of function, explain why this is just wrong.
Well, you can see that there's actually an electrical plug down below where the water's going to pour out, and it's so this house. There's a couple things happening here. It looks like somebody has actually stuccoed over what the existing surface was on the wall, and they actually built the eaves trough into the wall. Like, it actually looks like it's fastened to the wall, and then they decided not to move the electrical plug, or somebody put this electrical plug here. So full fire hazard, I would say, on this one. I would say that as soon as you have a rain, something's going to happen.
Yeah, it's almost like you can't laugh at it because it is dangerous.
Yeah, you think it would make you wonder, wouldn't it?
Okay, now, nice to have a dishwasher. Who wouldn't want to have a dishwasher? I personally don't have one, but if I did have one, I'd make sure that the door could open properly.
Yeah, there's you'd think you'd move the cabinets and maybe put the pot drawer at the far end, or the utensils and all of your other plate drawers, and put the dishwasher out in the open area. But they thought they wanted to tuck it out of the way, and this is what happened. I guess you don't. I don't know how you get the bottom drawer out to put anything in. That's a tough one. Yeah, maybe you only use the top rack. Maybe
Yeah,
that's it.
okay. Well, really good examples of home renos gone awry, and what to do and what not to do. Matt Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Real estate tips brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.